Hey there, welcome back to Minifig Monday. Today we have another villain. This is Loki, the god of mischief, the trickster, whatever you want to call him. This is based on Tom Hiddleston's great portrayal of him, and this is specifically based on his look and appearance in the Avengers, the original movie from 2012. Can you believe it was that long ago? My favorite MCU movie, and honestly, I think Loki has the best performance, or I think Tom gave the best performance in the Avengers. I mean, he's great as Loki in every film, but I think his best performance, and I think even his best costume, even, that is what this is based on as well, comes from that film as well. In my opinion, I think it's the greatest look for his character. Here he is. Now, he did not come with that cube in his hand. That is from my own collection. I decided to give him the Cosmic Cube, or the Tesseract, as it's known in the film. I decided to give him that just because I don't know, it gave me a bit of nostalgia, and he had a piece like that, very similar in the original sets. I just decided to give it to him. I'm kind of surprised I didn't give it to him in the actual Quinjet set. By the way, this figure comes from the 2023 Avengers Quinjet, which in my opinion, and I think many people can agree, is the best Quinjet model on the market right now. I think the only one that really has it beat, technically, is the Ultimate Quinjet from Avengers Endgame. Yes, that model is fantastic, but in my opinion, I think the figures are far weaker. I just think they don't look that great compared to the ones in other sets. But anyway, here is Loki, and he is a fantastic minifigure. The way they updated him is so well designed. I don't know. They really nailed his look from the movie. And I think they really nailed his face. But give me 1 second so I can get my pointer. Gonna get a red one because he's a villain in this film. And he's got a couple accessories. We'll talk about those really quickly. His Cosmic Cube is just a 1x1 trans blue, cube brick. And it's not that special, but I wanted to give it to him because it's a very important, MacGuffin in the film. Everyone's trying to get after the Tesseract and, trying to harness its power. So I decided to give that to him. Pretty decent accessory. I just happened to have that. I don't know where it came from, but I just happened to just have it laying around, and I decided, might as well use it. So, yeah. He does come with a newer accessory. In this hand, you can see he has his scepter, or his staff. Unfortunately, this is not a new mold. Well, here's the thing. This is a new mold. It's a new piece. However, it's not specifically for Loki. It's actually from the Lord of the Rings epic Rivendell set that came out in 2023. I wish I could afford that. I love Lord of the Rings. Sadly, I do not have that set. But in that set, it came with these kind of elvish scepter staff pieces, and this is one of those in gold, and it looks fairly accurate to Loki's staff in the Avengers. However, it's not really super accurate because it doesn't have the Mind Stone, it doesn't have the Tesseract in it. So I made a little bit of a mod. This is not my mod, but if you want to use this, you can. If you want to make it a tiny bit more accurate, you could give it a 1x1 stud with a hole in it, and just put that upside down, put it near the top, and it looks pretty respectable, pretty good, pretty close. I just wanted to point that out, because it is a really cool piece. It's just not, it looks almost exactly like the staff. It's just not, it wasn't made for him, but it does look very, very close, and it works really well for him in this set. I did want to mention that the original Loki came with an even more inaccurate staff. I do have it still. Unfortunately, I don't have the figure anymore. I gave it away. But the original Loki staff is actually from Ninjago, I believe, and this is what it looks like. It was really too long, and it did not match at all with the film's design, and it did not look at all like it. There was no gem. It was even more off because it had like a knife on the top of it. It was fine. But yeah, those are his accessories. They're great. He also comes with a green cape. The cape, I'm not a huge fan of this cape, to be honest. It looks weird, especially when you look at it like this. It just doesn't, it doesn't flow right. I mean, the old capes were crinkly, but they looked much nicer because they were like this, and they looked a lot more like a cape on the back. This just looks, it's too floppy. The gravity isn't the strongest here. You can see it looks nice, but it doesn't flow very well in the back. I just don't like these one-hole capes. They don't work for me. Thor has the same issue where he has the same cape problem. It's just it's too heavy. I don't know. It doesn't work for me, but it does look nice. It looks dark green on camera here. It's actually a much lighter green. It's just hard to tell. Maybe if I can do that. No, it's not showing up here, but yeah, it looks slightly off on camera. It's much lighter. But yeah, the printing is fantastic. Let me see if I can get you a closer look at that, just so you can see just how detailed this figure is. You can see the robes. The way they did the robes on this one, it's just fantastic. It's just so stellar. The way they got his outfit to flow. They've got the robe printing pretty much exactly on the hips. Then you got the legs. He's wearing this long kind of trench coat-esque Asgardian garb. And it looks great. Very reminiscent of the film. You got all the different details, such as the straps and the undershirt and a lot of the different fabrics, and it's just really well done. And I think what really makes this printing stand out more is that the original Loki figure his printing was on just a dark gray body, and it looked pretty flat. But here, it looks really nice in 3D because it's printed onto like shiny gray, gunmetal gray, and it just looks so much nicer. Here's the back printing as well. It's very nice. You can see a lot more detail. You can see there. Very nice, in my opinion. You can see a little bit of a peek of his alternate face. Yeah, he does have one. I used to have the original Loki figure. Sadly, long story, but my dog chewed it up a long while back, and it was a sad day for Loki. I actually ended up getting a new helmet and new stuff later down the line, and I ended up giving that figure away to a good friend who I think treated him very well. But I'm glad to have this new one because it's so much nicer than the OG. Even though the OG is good, I think it does have a lot of problems. This one is pretty much faultless. Like, I don't see anything wrong with this. There's nothing I don't like about this minifig. It's just a really well-designed figure, in my opinion. But something that they also give you in the set is, if you don't want to use Loki's awesome helmet, his horned helmet, you can also give him this hairpiece, which we'll talk about that in a minute. Actually, I'll just put it on him. Why not? You get this old man Luke hair in black, and it's a nice piece for sure. And it matches Tom Hiddleston's hair pretty much perfectly well. When Loki doesn't have his helmet on, he looks pretty much like this, and he has a great head of hair. And they did a great job mimicking his hair without making a new piece. And the hair actually makes the cape look better, I feel like. The cape looks a lot nicer with his hairpiece on. It's a little bit weird. I think because the hairpiece is bumping up against the back of the figure, I think it makes the cape flow out better. But yeah, that's his look with the hair. I wanted to show you his helmet because this is actually the original helmet piece from 2012. They haven't changed it. I believe they released it in the Thor Ragnarok sets, which that was a great version of Loki as well. But here's this helmet. It's not changed. The only thing they did change is they added I think they put it in a shinier gold. So now it's much brighter. It's much cooler looking than the original. It's a lot more Asgardian-esque. It feels a lot more like real, you know? And it looks fantastic. It's a rubber piece, so it's not going to break. But they nailed the look of this helmet. I think the only thing they should have done, I think, is put the horns a little bit more towards the forehead area. Because in the film, the horns come from the forehead, not the top. But it's just an awesome piece. It definitely looks like a ram's head, or like it makes you think of like a ram or any type of animal with those type of horns. It just looks great, and it's an awesome piece. It definitely makes Loki stand out from other villains, especially like Lego Marvel villains. It makes him like a little bit cooler, you know, more distinctive. But yeah, that's the helmet. Helmet is great. I'm surprised they still are using this helmet after all these years. They've used it since 2012. It's been a long time since they introduced it, and I guess it hasn't been bad, so, you know, don't change it, right? But finally, Loki does have two faces. Okay, this is going to be hard to get his hair off. Yeah, he does have two faces, two new ones. For I think this is a completely brand new figure for this one set. And the Avengers Tower, of course. He also came in that. But he's got the evil Loki face with the eyebrow and the evil grin. I think they maybe should have had him smiling evilly instead. I think it would have been a little bit nicer, but it looks pretty spot on to Hiddleston. Very nice face there. And his alternate is honestly even better, where they decided to not give him an angry face, but instead they gave him the Asgardian, what's it called? Muzzle. The muzzle that he gets at the end of the movie, where he's shut up, and he's going to be can't speak. When he's being brought back to Asgard at the end of the film, after all the trouble, he gets shut up, and then he gets taken to a portal into Asgard with Thor, and he gets this muzzle on his mouth, so he can't speak magic, and it's just great. The detail for the muzzle is awesome, too. There's a lot of metallic, like, shiny printing. It's really nice. And also, he has a grumpy look because he just got beat up by the Hulk. So, that is awesome. And also, you can give him the hair as well as the handcuffs in the set, too. So, to make him fully, you know, shut up and out of trouble. So, yeah, that is the Loki minifigure from this 2023 update. I'm surprised it's taken us this long to get an updated Loki. Like, from the first film. Obviously, we've got lots of Lokis, but this is by far the best one. Just, in terms of the detail alone, it's great. And the faces, and I guess the only complaint, yeah, they could have made a new staff just for Loki, for the Avengers design of the staff, but I mean, that's like the only nitpick. It's just an awesome figure. And I love that they made the helmet shiny as well. Just looks great. But yeah, that's the best figure in the set, and that's Loki. Let me know what you think. What do you think of Loki? Do you like him as a character? Do you think he sucks? What's your favorite performance that Tom has given in the MCU? And what do you think of this figure? Do you think it's good, or do you prefer the original Loki minifig? Let me know. And also, which minifig is your favorite that Loki has appeared, or his version? Which favorite, or which one is your favorite? I can't talk this episode. But yeah, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think, and I will see you for the next episode very soon. Until then, take care, have a great day, and I'll see you later.